Hey everyone, welcome back. I have to apologize that I haven't been putting out hardly any videos lately, and my health is really limiting me to do in what I'm doing. My lungs are just not cooperating with me. So I'm going to do easy things for a bit. I was going to do a maple walking stick, but I just don't have the energy and the breath to do it. I'm on medications and I was on a PICC line, and they just can't seem to kill what I've got in my lungs. So anyway, what I am going to do is I'm going to do a silver inlay. And I'm going to start, I don't know if I told you before or not, but I like working with walnut. It's kind of tough, but I like working with it. It's a beautiful wood. But the walnut is so expensive. So what I did is I went to a place and I bought 1/4 inch by 4.5 by, I believe, 18-inch long pieces. You can do 2 of them for, I don't know, somewhere around 15, 18 bucks. But what happens to them is once you take them out of their cellophane wrapper is they start bowing on you. So what I did is I cut 2 pieces of 1/4 inch, and then I laid them convex against convex bow, and then I used I believe it was, oh golly, where is it now? Oh, here it is. Yeah, JB weld. It's a clear epoxy. But I like the JB weld because it sets so clear. But anyway, I glued the 2 1/4 inch pieces together to make a 1/2 inch. And like I said, I guess it would be concave against concave, not convex. Concave against concave. Clamped them together and let them dry, and by golly, it really worked, and it's keeping them straight. I mean, I've had this glued for quite a while now, and they're straight. It makes a 1/2 inch piece, but it's nice looking. Okay, on with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put mother and baby onto the piece of walnut, and I am going to use what they call fine silver, or 9999 silver. This is pure silver, 99.9% pure silver. I got it from a new place. The name is, I hope I'm going to pronounce this right, TB Hagstaz, Hagstoz. And this stuff is wonderful. I just got it today in the mail, and I'm using the 13,000 thick by 0.55 tall. And this is real easy to bend. As you can see, there's nothing in it, and it bends. So it's that makes it easier and harder to work with. It depends on how you see it. I see it as take your time, don't rush, don't put any kinks in it that don't need to be there, and it looks gorgeous when it's all done. I had the fine in the 3/32. So let me get the camera set up, and I'm going to trace this onto this little piece of tracing paper, and then put it onto the piece of walnut. So let me get the camera set and we'll get rolling. Okay, got all the tracing done, got it traced on the walnut. I hope you can see it. And now I gotta get everything set up to push. When I did the tracing paper, and then I went to carbon paper to put it onto the wood, I always wipe off a lot of the carbon on that paper with a paper towel, because it's got so much on it that if you just put it on there without wiping any off, any little movement or heavy pressure will put that right onto your wood. I know that like on mine here, it's the stuff gets filed and sanded down, but on anything else that you use it that don't get sanded and stuff, like on wood burning, it can be a total mess. So I got that done. Now, like I said, I have to get my tools out. I made some new tools yesterday for the wire, because it's 13 thousandths thick and the rest is 14 thousandths. I know it's only 1 thousandths difference, but if you measure use X-Acto blades, and if you measure the thickness, I have dial calipers, they range from, golly, 18 thousandths to 20 thousandths thick. So I've always thinned them out a little, but with this wire, it looks so fine, almost so perfect. It's different than some other wires I've got that were varied a lot in how they looked and their texture and stuff. But anyway, I go to a lot of trouble. I make the tool, and then I sand it down. I have a 1000 grit sandstone. I have also a hard Arkansas stone, and then I use my buffing wheel with 10,000 grit polishing compound, and then I use a honing. I have a strop for honing, and I try to get it down somewhere around 15, 16 thousandths. Because when you push into the wood, it has a tendency of springing back a little bit when you cut into it. So if you went to an actual 13 thousandths, probably be hard to get that flat wire in there. And when you're using fine silver, it's so soft that it would just, I think, make a mess. So let me get things set up. I got to get another thing up here to do the carving with, or the push with. So I get my tools out, and well, let me show you here. I got I have many handles that I use for doing the silver. It's these are all just X-Acto knives cut off, glued into another handle, which I got at Amazon. You can buy a whole package of them for, I don't know, $15 or whatever. But you get different sizes and shapes, and with the tool, some of the real thin for making sharp corners, I use a shorter tool. It seems like it gives me a little more control over that little bend. And then I have one that is very short, and that's for getting into the real tiny little pieces that sometimes, not often, but sometimes you come up with. So I just wanted to show you that I got all kinds of different things, and it's some handles feel good in your hand and other ones feel really awkward. So you have to find out what works for you. So let me get the cutting tools out, and we'll get going. as you can see, I finished the push, and you can also see that I put a couple pieces of silver in it already. I just wanted to make sure. I hadn't even checked out my new tools, whether they were deep enough, narrow enough, wide enough, whatever. So I cut a couple in and then put the silver in it to make sure that I was okay. So now I'm going to get the camera set up, and we will put in some silver, see how that goes. I'm going to use two different kinds, so we'll get her rolling. Okay? All right. And remember, everyone, get your hiking stick, your walking stick, your cane, whatever you use, and get out there and do some walking, because nature is beautiful.